Imagine pure white sand stretching for miles, untouched and glistening under the tropical sun, as if nature itself painted a masterpiece just for you. Each step you take sinks into sand soft as powder beneath your feet, cool and inviting, a gentle reminder of the island's serenity. Crystal clear turquoise waters lap gently at the shore, their surface shimmering and dancing with the reflection of the brilliant sun overhead, inviting you to lose yourself in their endless blue. Overwater bungalows rise above the lagoon, promising private luxury and seclusion, where every sunrise feels like a personal gift. This is the Maldives, at least on the surface. A place where every view could be a postcard, every moment a memory in the making. A postcard, perfect paradise, a dream destination for weary souls seeking escape from the ordinary, where time seems to slow down. Sun-kissed atolls and hundreds of emerald islands dot the vast Indian Ocean, each one a tiny oasis of tranquility surrounded by endless water. Palm trees sway in warm breezes, their fronds whispering secrets, while the air is scented with the intoxicating aroma of tropical flowers and salt. Life here seems to move to the ancient rhythm of the tides, as fishermen set out in traditional boats, continuing customs passed down through generations. It's a world seemingly far removed from the relentless hustle of modern life, a sanctuary where worries melt away with the setting sun. Tourists flock here from every corner of the globe, drawn by the promise of tranquility and luxury, eager to experience paradise firsthand. Opulent resorts, world-class spas, and exquisite dining await, offering indulgence at every turn, where every need is anticipated and every desire fulfilled. But beneath the waves, another world thrives, one that is vibrant, mysterious, and teeming with life. Coral reefs burst with color, home to vibrant marine life. Manta rays glide with effortless grace, and schools of fish dart through the crystal waters. The surface image is one of perfection, a flawless blend of sun, sea, and sand that seems almost too good to be true. But what truly lies beneath this shimmering surface? What stories are hidden in the depths, waiting to be discovered? The Maldives appears as mere specks on a vast blue map, remote, almost forgotten by time, isolated from the world's chaos. Far from global power centers, or so it seems, its isolation is part of its charm, but also its vulnerability. Its breathtaking beauty is undeniable, its allure magnetic, drawing dreamers, adventurers, and romantics alike. But even paradise can have a hidden price. Beneath the surface, shadows sometimes linger, hinting at stories untold. Sometimes it harbors a secret agenda, a side of paradise that few ever see or suspect. A new, more complex chapter is now unfolding, as the islands face challenges and opportunities that reach far beyond their shores. The Maldives' story is changing, evolving from a simple paradise to a place of intrigue and transformation. The world's gaze is shifting from its beaches to its boardrooms, as global interests converge on these tiny islands. What happens when paradise becomes a pawn in a much larger game, its fate intertwined with the ambitions of powerful nations? The answer is emerging, just beneath the surface, as the Maldives finds itself at the crossroads of beauty and geopolitics. The Maldives is no longer just a destination, it's a stage for global ambitions where decisions made today will echo for generations. And the stakes have never been higher, the world is watching, and the next chapter of the Maldives is about to be written. In 2024, headlines broke, not about new resorts, but a secret military pact. A 36-year agreement, quietly signed between the Maldives and China. Few saw it coming, even fewer understood its implications. Details were scarce, shrouded in secrecy. Why would China, a global giant, focus on these tiny coral islands? What could the Maldives offer, militarily, economically, strategically? Questions multiplied, and alarm bells rang from New Delhi to Washington. This wasn't a simple trade deal, it was a comprehensive military cooperation. The longest such pact for the Maldives, and with a nation far from its traditional allies. China's growing footprint in the Indian Ocean now seemed cemented. The idyllic image of the Maldives began to crack. The pact's full terms remained undisclosed, fueling speculation. Was this about training local forces, or something far more significant? The Maldivian government offered reassurances, but the geopolitical landscape had shifted. Paradise was now part of a global power play. Take a moment to look at a map of the Indian Ocean. You'll notice the Maldives, a chain of tiny islands, sitting right in the middle of one of the world's most important maritime crossroads. Its position is not just picturesque, it's pivotal. The Maldives sits astride vital sea lanes that have shaped trade and power for centuries. Every day, major shipping routes pass by these islands, connecting the energy-rich Middle East with the booming economies of East Asia. These routes are the arteries of global commerce, carrying goods, resources, and energy supplies that keep the world running. Billions of barrels of oil and countless container ships transit these waters annually, making the region a lifeline for international trade. Any disruption here would send shockwaves through global markets. control this area, and you don't just influence local trade, you hold sway over the movement of global commerce itself. The stakes couldn't be higher. Yet the Maldives itself is small, its population scattered across tiny islands, and its military is modest in size and capability. The Maldivian Defense Force focuses on maritime security, patrolling its vast waters and protecting its sovereignty, but it lacks the means for power projection beyond its borders. This vulnerability makes the Maldives both a pawn and a prized piece on the global chessboard, caught between larger powers vying for influence. Its true value lies in what it can offer others: a potential staging post for navies, a listening station for intelligence gathering, a refueling stop for ships traversing the ocean. Perfectly positioned for surveillance and control, the Maldives offers a front-row seat to monitor the vast expanse of the Indian Ocean. For a nation like China, securing access here is a major win, providing a foothold in a region traditionally dominated by India and Western powers. The presence of outside powers changes the strategic calculus for everyone in the region, raising the stakes and fueling competition. The Indian Ocean has become a theater of great power rivalry, and the Maldives now finds itself at the very heart of this contest. Think of the Maldives as an unsinkable aircraft carrier, a natural platform for projecting power, influence, and surveillance across the region. The stakes are high, and the world is watching closely as events unfold in this tiny nation with outsized importance. The Maldives' strategic significance far outweighs its physical size, making it a key player in the balance of power. Its location is both its greatest asset and its greatest risk, drawing the attention and ambitions of powerful nations. In the contest for influence, this tiny nation holds outsized significance, its choices shaping the future of the entire region. The question remains, who will shape the Maldives' future, and at what cost to its independence, its people, and the stability of the Indian Ocean? For decades, India was the Maldives' closest ally, culturally, economically, and militarily. The two nations shared deep-rooted ties, with India often stepping in to support the Maldives during times of crisis, natural disasters, and political upheaval. Their relationship was seen as a model of regional cooperation in South Asia. Indian troops were stationed in the Maldives, providing not just security, but also vital training and logistical support to Maldivian forces. Their presence was a symbol of trust and partnership, reinforcing the Maldives' stability and security. New Delhi saw the Maldives as an integral part of its security sphere, a crucial outpost in the vast Indian Ocean. The island's strategic location made them a key player in India's maritime strategy, helping to safeguard vital shipping lanes and regional interests. But political winds shifted quickly, bringing uncertainty to a once stable alliance. In late 2023, Mohammad Muizzu was elected president on an India-out platform, promising a new direction for the nation's foreign policy. He vowed to remove all foreign troops and reclaim full sovereignty for the Maldives, tapping into a wave of nationalist sentiment and public desire for greater independence. Indian military personnel were asked to leave, a significant diplomatic pivot that sent shockwaves through the region and marked the end of an era. The departure created a vacuum, and China was ready to step in, eager to expand its influence in the Indian Ocean. The military pact followed swiftly, cementing this new alignment and signaling a dramatic shift in the Maldives' strategic partnerships. Mail buzzed with talk of new partnerships and futures, as citizens debated what these changes would mean for their country's prosperity and security. India watched its influence erode, replaced by its primary rival. The loss was not just diplomatic, but deeply symbolic for New Delhi. This shift wasn't just symbolic. It had real security implications, raising concerns about the balance of power in the region and the future of maritime security. For India, it meant losing a friendly presence in a critical maritime location, weakening its ability to project power and respond to regional threats. For China, it meant a potential foothold in India's backyard, opening new opportunities for influence and access in the Indian Ocean. The balance of power was being redrawn, with the Maldives at the heart of this strategic contest between Asia's giants. The Maldives became a clear example of China's expanding reach, as new infrastructure projects and investments began to reshape the island's landscape. The region's dynamics are changing fast, with every new development watched closely by global powers and regional neighbors alike. Old alliances are fading, new ones are taking shape as the Maldives navigates a rapidly evolving geopolitical environment. The Maldives is at the center of this transformation, its choices shaping the future of the Indian Ocean region. Its choices will echo far beyond its shores, influencing the balance of power for years to come. To understand China's moves, look to history. During the Cold War, the U.S. built the first island chain, a defensive line of allies and bases to contain the Soviet Union. Island geography proved crucial, acting as a strategic buffer. Fast forward, China now studies island chains not just in the Pacific but in the Indian Ocean. Is China building its own network? Chains of influence and access? The Maldives Pact suggests a new link in this growing strategy. The logic is familiar: secure ports, project power, counter-rivals. The first island chain was about containment. China's moves are about breakout. The past offers a warning and a lesson. China's Indian Ocean strategy is called the String of Pearls, a network of Chinese-funded ports and projects from China to Africa. Each pearl is a strategic foothold along vital trade routes: Gwadar, Hambantota, Chittagong, Kyaukphyu, and now possibly the Maldives. Officially, these are commercial ventures under the Belt and Road Initiative, but many analysts see a dual-purpose deep-water ports capable of hosting naval ships. The String of Pearls encircles India, fueling strategic anxiety in New Delhi. Investments come with strings attached: large loans, potential debt traps, and increased Chinese leverage. Financial power translates into political and military clout. The Maritime Silk Road is more than trade. It's a pathway for expanding Chinese power. The critical feature of these Chinese-backed ports is their dual-use potential. Civilian today, military tomorrow, a container terminal can service warships with little modification. China denies military intentions, but the infrastructure tells another story: naval-grade piers, strategic locations, intelligence potential. This ambiguity is deliberate, allowing China to expand its reach quietly. Civilian ports can quickly become military assets in a crisis. In the Maldives, new ports and airports funded by China blur the line between tourism and military ambition. The question: can anyone guarantee these facilities won't serve China's navy? The line between civilian and military is dangerously thin. For India, the Maldives' shift is alarming. Once a trusted partner, now slipping into China's sphere. The String of Pearls tightens around India, from Pakistan to Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Myanmar, and now the Maldives. India faces a dilemma: confront China or risk losing influence. New Delhi boosts partnerships and naval power, but China's economic muscle is formidable. The stakes are global: shipping routes, energy flows, and the balance of power. If China dominates the Indian Ocean, it can project power toward Africa, the Middle East, and pressure Taiwan. The Maldives is now a flashpoint in a much larger contest. Paradise is at the center of a global rivalry. The Maldives, still a vision of turquoise waters, but now a front line in global power politics. The 2024 military pact with China has altered its course, raising questions about sovereignty and neutrality. Will the Maldives become a Chinese outpost, or can it balance powerful interests? Chinese investment brings development, but also strategic dependence. The idyllic image now masks a complex, hidden role in a high-stakes drama. The Maldives is more than just resorts. It's a critical piece on the chessboard. The contest for the Indian Ocean is heating up, and these islands are caught in the dragon's embrace. Paradise perhaps, but a paradise in peril, its future uncertain.